Wow, yo, yippee, yay, guys. Part number 22, and I'm super excited to be with you guys today. As always, we'll dive into the love of the community, then talk about what is happening on SwissBorg network. And as you guys know, this week, it's all about Galactica launching its alpha, and as well talking about new tokens that'll be listed. As you guys know, my name is Cyrus, I'm the proud founder and CEO of SwissBorg, always here to serve you. And yes, I am back on track, and I'm very excited to be with you guys. Question of the weeks in Percula. Yes, I will not show you right away. We're editing actually the white paper as we speak. We will have this happening before summer. Okay, so that means in the next 3 weeks, it should be done. At least maybe a better version or light version, because there's been many, and I think so we're shortening up to make it easier, more comprehensible. And yeah, hope this is going to be a big thing. Again, to reshape what is the white paper. The white paper is a bit what has passed in the past and how will the Borg evolve in the next upcoming cycles. It's not about the roadmap of SwissBorg, okay? It's really about the Borg. I know some people in the keynote wanted more about the roadmap, but here is more about the Borg itself. And, you know, we'll have in the Borg army and all that, and how people should get involved, and how can we grow from our ecosystem that we have today to decentralize it, what we're doing with Solana, as you guys know, and just pass it on more and more and more. So this is really, I think so, the whole Borg story here we have. And yeah, it's coming to you very shortly. Market updates. So as you guys saw last week, there was some great news that the ETF of Ethereum was going to be essentially launched and accepted. And it looks like for one filing is pretty much done. So essentially the rumor happened here, and then bam, it brought us into a new all-time almost high to Bitcoin, to Ethereum itself, which is really nice to see that finally it's catching up. And there's a little dump there, then sell the news. But the thing that we see is that regardless of that dump, we saw accumulation of the price of Ethereum. So this is something that's really, really good, something that's very healthy to see. And I think so this is showing that we're going in the right pattern right now. Of course, Solana is doing very well as well. And the fourth one is BNB. And BNB has done quite well, like many layer ones. This is something that's very important. We've seen so far essentially layer ones and essentially meme coins, right? And BNB, which is a layer one, is channeling. And a lot of people are speculating that whenever C is going to get out of prison, it's going to go bananas. So I don't know if this is true or not, but the story is quite funny. And maybe something that is very important is you can see on these different websites where you can actually bet some money on when the Fed's going to cut rates. And last year, people thought it was going to be cut once. This year, we thought it was going to be cut multiple times. And it looks like right now, the consensus is that people still believe there'll be between 0 cuts and 1 and 2. So the consensus is still there. That is, it has postponed it, I think so, after summer. We saw that on the CME. And well, let's check it out on the CME right now. So here we go on the CME. This is where old analysts from Wall Street actually put their bets, and they forecast what they think that the Fed's going to do. So the next meeting is happening on June 20th. So in 15 days from now, it looks like very strong sign that nothing's going to happen, right? And then across summer, we're seeing that a very small amount of people are forecasting this to be cut. 18th December rate. Looks like half the people are expecting that there's going to be a cut of 25 basis points. November, we are seeing still 1/3 of people that nothing is happening, but then the bigger consensus, essentially, that there's going to be cut rates that's going to be at least at 5%, 25 basis points, and some a little bit more bullish. And then by the end of elections, here is where it gets a little bit interesting, as we have only 17% of people that think that it will change, and that means 83% will be cut the rates at least once or twice or even 3 times. If you guys remember, you followed the presentations we had, I always thought this was going to happen during her elections. It will be happening potentially late September. So this one would, for me, the earliest one. And then the second one would probably be going on after elections. So before and after. That's what I really thought. Why is just because you want to party and then you want to make sure the economy is good for the next president. That's pretty much my mindset. And yeah, that's what it is. Getting back to here, that doesn't mean that things won't go bananas. And this is something that's very clear. When rates will cut, and they will eventually cut, because essentially, or there's a form of distribution of the money, as we saw of the banks being saved, rolled out recently. There's China that needs to buy a huge amount of bonds, and their real estate companies are massively in debt, and these are all dollar based. So you need an injection at some time. If not, well, if Chinese are not buying bonds, then they will default potentially on their bonds, and then they won't buy any more into the American markets. And then this whole thing of feeding with debt and buying equity and turning around won't work, right? The whole system is rigged and is based on how do you control your friends and your enemies in a ways that you do a lot of business with them by making up and creating inflation. That's the whole thing about central banks, right? So it will happen sooner or later, that's for sure, or in different forms, which is very, very important. But nevertheless, I still am on the same vertical, which I believe that this summer some big catalyst is going to happen. Maybe it's just going to be the Ethereum ETF, that is going to be accepted and launched, and a lot of money is going to be poured into this ETF, or something else, which is just that the market is going to go crazy on something new. And this could continue with a memcoin mania, or whatever is going to be, or deepen or whatsoever, or maybe new DeFi elements. But it looks like this, for whatever reason, 2017 summer was crazy, 2020 things were crazy. Pretty sure things are going to go crazy again this summer. Now, if we look at weekly tokens, again, it's mainly memes that have been doing extremely well. Obviously, there's some things regarding Ethereum. So you like ENS that did well because it's quite well attached to it. But nevertheless, it's still very meme related. Top performing token is Audius. I'm not a big fan of Audius. The platform itself is used by a very small amount of users. Love the idea, but just the platform itself is really not good. I don't think so. I never used it for listening to music. It hasn't really, I think so, performed too well. There is some hype to it. This is something I don't necessarily recommend for now. I think so. Yeah. The product itself hasn't evolved as I expected it to do, and it has nothing to do to compare to anything close to Spotify or Deezer or any of these platforms that have huge amount, essentially, of songs. Soon on SwissBorg, I think so. This is, for me, definitely a very interesting play. It brings me back with 2017 with IOTA and how people would be able to essentially get a lot of different IoT objects, put them around the world, and start competing with the best data available for anyone in the world on different products. This one is all about the weather, so it's really about forecasting the temperature, the pollution could be, it could be anything regarding as well the humidity and so many different factors. We have one at the office. You could check it out. And essentially, it gives this very accurate station of meteorology. Not sure that's in English, but weather data, and enables essentially to have a very acute and very, very good data, and then you could sell it, right? And you mine essentially tokens by doing it. The company sells the data for you. So I think this is great. There's gonna be an alpha opportunity. I love the fact that this is a real strong use cases. And I really like this project very much. If you want to check what it is, please check out this video.
More than a third of the global economy is affected by the weather. From agriculture to energy to supply chains, weather data is critical for forecasting and decision making. Historically, data collection has centered on governments spending billions of dollars each year, yet inefficiently gathering and analyzing weather data, resulting in less accurate weather forecasts for everyday people and businesses. That's why WeatherXM is creating the world's largest decentralized weather network, built by people like you, backed by blockchain technology. By deploying a global network of modern, affordable weather stations gathering more data than ever before, WeatherXM offers individuals and businesses hyperlocal, accurate weather services. As a WeatherXM station owner, you'll be compensated for your data contribution to the network with WeatherXM token rewards. As a WeatherXM customer, you purchase and spend WeatherXM token in exchange for weather data and services. The network will also power Weather Oracle services, enabling developers to build new types of Web3 apps, like blockchain-based weather insurance, opening more opportunities for you to earn. WeatherXM is using crypto's incentives and global reach to scale an international weather network. Together, we are building an economic system to manage and redistribute the value being generated by the weather stations in a fair, transparent manner. Join us in creating the most comprehensive and accurate weather network available worldwide. Join us today.
Another thing that I need to talk about is bye-bye URT. And with that weird hand that turns around. Yeah, long story short, it's not going to be MiCA compliant. There's been very small amount of people that are actually interested anyways on this. Still 1,200 people that have over €1 million euros of it. Please convert it into whatever you want. Another stable coin if you feel, or into Borg, it would be even better, or in, back to euro. If you don't do it, it will be converted automatically into euro. So please go for it, do whatever you feel is the best. And that doesn't mean we won't have any more euro essentially stable coins, but they will need to be MiCA compliant. So for this reason, we'll have to remove URT. That doesn't mean we're removing USDT. USDT is still something else because it goes out of the MiCA essentially regulations, but that might be an issue going forward. So we're trying to figure out how to keep it in the best way possible. Galactica, it is this week, guys. Couldn't be more excited. You probably saw the interview already last week. Galactica, for those who don't know it, it is, again, one of this big project that we dreamed about with different founders. And the whole idea was try to think about what would be the future of blockchain. And the first thing is we wanted to really focus on how can you keep this privacy while being compliant for the future and being able to then get to have security tokens, be able to trade them, have STOs and different things that enable you to take the best of the both worlds again. And the more we were working on Galactica, the more we're thinking that the security tokens, all that is great, but it might be too early. And what is a layer one business? It's a B2B2C business. It's a platform that essentially sells block spaces, and the more transactions that happen on this blockchain enables essentially to have a bigger valuation because it brings in more amount of people brings a more amount of applications that are built, and eventually this turns out into a profitable business, right? So what we thought is, how can we reverse this and bring the biggest amount of people by sourcing their data and how they could bring data on chain from the Web 2 world to the Web 3 world, and how they could start to essentially monetize their data in a beautiful way. We're able to monetize it, but it's your data that is permissionable. That's your permission to actually make money out of it. And now where Web 2 have been sucking all that value and keeping and selling it to different third parties to make advertisement on you. What if you do something else, which is actually you reward people for the great way? So this has been really, I think so, the most beautiful thing about, I think so, Galactica, and of course this great partnership that we have with esteemed colleagues and people that have left SwissBorg as well to go work at, of course, at Galactica, and I think so it was a great move for them. So congrats to all the people, which is Alex, Callan, Thomas, but as well Jamile. So congrats to them to going there. what I would like to see here is, not this. This is internal. What I want to say here, which is extremely huge, this partnership is massive. So for those who don't know what Zama is, Zama has been one of the key leader, or if not the number one leader to FHE. FHE is the new way to encrypt essentially data in the most, let's say, in the most optimized way that exists. If you guys remember, where is zero knowledge proof is what essentially Galactica has been working at. But to go a step even further, essentially Galactica did a great partnership with Zama. And partnership means that they work together in order to build better products and making sure that your on-chain data will be completely encrypted. And I think so this is something that is very, 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 very interesting. And to not lose you here, Zama in some way has a technology that enables a broad range of privacy preserving use cases. And what the best thing about it, it's that not only these use cases are passportable into Galactica, but they are passportable on chain. So you're able to essentially prove something that could be on chain without proving it. And this is completely a new way of rethinking how we interact as humans and how we interact with wallets. So I think so this is something that is really, really nice. Zama, for those who don't know it, is again one of the most reputable company. They just had a great, huge funding round with Multicoin that led to 70 million, I think so, value 70 million, essentially a fundraise for their Series A or Series B. And they're the hottest people in the crypto scene for now. And the better thing is that Zama will never have a token. So essentially people, if they want to invest into Zama, a great way would be to invest into Galactica. So this is a groundbreaking. It's a great team that I personally know the founder around for some time, and I always really want to work with them. So the triangulation between Galactica, Zama, and SwissBorg is really a perfect combination, and it's definitely going to be a one that is going to change a lot. So let's check this out. Right now, there's some conference happening as we speak in Lisbon. Try to check it out. There is people going to as well. Alex and Danny will be with the super team in Germany, which is going to be really cool, in Berlin. On the 18th of June in Cannes, there would be some people heading to the Partouche party, which would be really nice. On the 20th of June, again, for those who are in Switzerland, we'll have our VIP boat. That could be really cool. In Zug, I will personally be there. On the 25th of June, we will have Alex going to a great event in Lisbon. Alex, my brother, and others will be at the Solana London Hacker House, the 5th to 7th of July. And then a lot of people from the team will be in Belgium on Ethereum Brussels and from the 8th to 11th of July. If you want to attend any of these things, please let us know. Scan here directly the QR codes and make it happen. Exciting time for the Borg. So unfortunately, not a great week. Nothing positive. It's a bit like stagnating, to be honest. 267, which is good, but not great. No like huge amount of traffic from there. SwissBorg App is pretty much like last week, a little bit better in terms of exchanges and volume, which is always good, more revenues, of course. But the net flow is pretty much negative, which was not great. The KYCs, unfortunately, were all lower than the 2,000 threshold that we should be. It's at 1,000. So overall, exchange is 70,000, which is okay, but it's better when we're into the 90,000. Yeah. Which brings the community index, same as last week, nothing great. Unfortunately, it gets to 4.5. It's only the volume that picked up, and thanks to you guys, and thanks to Polkadot, probably airdrop, the socials did boost quite well. Beautiful burgers, I said I'm back, and I am back, and we're going to put that baby on track, talking of course about the Borg, talking about as well about this white paper, talking about that there is going to be more things that'll be launched. I think so Galactica again is a very great opportunity for many of Borgers to understand the future of Web3 and have a strong partner that's building his own layer 1 that will have a new way to bring that the new TVL, a total value lock, is not just about the money, but essentially about your data, how then you could be rewarded in a fairer way that Web2 has captured, and how Web3 will promote better behaviors. I believe there's a lot of things that can come out. There is, of course, a lot of challenges that goes with these early projects. Every early project has a huge amount of risk. We're in crypto, so please, of course, forecast that. Please make sure that, this is a risky deal, like all of these investments that we make in alpha and in crypto and in general. But let's put it clear, it is it's a project that is in partner with SwissBorg. We will do our best to, of course, to make sure that we deliver what we promised, and I think so. For that, we're really good, and I can't wait you guys to check out the white paper. As always, be wealthy, be healthy, love our Borg and equity. Take care, guys. Much love. Bye.
Thank you for watching our weekly powwow episode. If you enjoyed the show, make sure to leave a like, and if you didn't, tune in next week anyway, so that you can figure out if it's better then. Bye!